Do you think Canada is environmentally responsible?
No, not really. I mean, the oil sands are still open. We keep building new pipelines. Our cities are still horrifically car dependent. I mean, anywhere west between Montreal and Vancouver, you can't get by without a car. The fact of the matter is, if Canada wants to be considered environmentally conscious, we need to start looking at Europe and designing our urban planning more in the way that they do.
Absolutely not. And I think that there's lots of opportunities that we had along the way where successive governments made bad decisions about things, and now we're going to play catch up.
I think Canada definitely needs to be more environmentally responsible. I feel like there's a lot that the country is doing that's really good for the environment, but there's a lot of work that needs to be taken place in our country.
We've done little things like taking away plastic bags and straws, but there needs to be recycling programs, composting programs. There's a lot more gaps there that need to be filled as well.
To an extent, definitely. Where I come from, we don't really think as much about the environment. I do think that here there is a lot more conscientiousness about it, but I do think that there are certain things that we could do to increase that activity. I feel like there is a lot of ways that companies are taking over environmental properties, and I've heard stories of just different businesses kind of taking advantage of deforestation and stuff like that. So I do feel like there should be a better feel for what is actually going on with the more powerful individuals, but to one extent I do feel like Canada is conscientious about it, yeah.
So out of how many countries in the world? 160 odd. So in the G7, okay, out of the top 7, maybe not. Are we where we want to be? Maybe not. Are we where we should be? Perhaps not. Are we heading that way? I'd like to think we are. I think most Canadians are environmentalists at the end of the day, and that doesn't mean that you believe in the carbon tax. And I think it just means about trying to be good stewards of the planet and good stewards of the land we live on, and understanding the downstream impacts of what we do here too, right? You look at things like natural gas, and what. I hate to be the guy who talks about electric vehicles. They're great, they're awesome and all that, but you have countries like China and India who are burning massive amounts of coal to power up the plants to make the batteries for electric vehicles. That doesn't make sense, yet we're withholding our ability to export natural gas, which could be used to power those facilities, which is a greener, cleaner fuel than coal is. We do a lot of things. I think we try to do the right thing a lot. I don't know if we always do what is actually the right thing.
I think that we are told we're far more environmentally responsible than we actually are. And I mean, that's like any other country. If I talk to somebody from the States, which I do, they think that they are totally environmentally responsible and that we are, this carbon giant, because they see pictures of Fort McMurray in the 80s. And sure, but then we see the same thing from them. And then you've got Germany over there being like, hello, we're going to be carbon free in a couple of years, right? So I think we can learn a lot from Europe.
I think they're trying. They're trying to move in that direction, but right at the moment, I don't believe we are. No, I think we could be setting a better example for other countries.
Well, I would think we're environmentally responsible as compared to what, I believe we are. I believe we are, yes. Well, because we're a first world nation and we have certain, regulations and laws in place as they are right now, So yes, I think we're responsible. Can we always be better? Sure. Like I said, I think pollution, definitely. Pollution is a problem.
I would have to say no. I mean, at the end of the day, our country is focused on profits over sustainability. We can have systems in place, for example, the wind farm projects that are going up in Nova Scotia that will be environmentally sustainable, but there's a lot of hurdles to get through to get there. And I just don't think today government is equipped with the tools necessary to move forward with those projects at all levels, municipal, provincial, and federal.
We try to. If it's enough, then I don't know. Maybe it depends on what's the baseline compared to what. Compared to Europe, no. compared to some other countries, probably, but probably not enough, no.
I think we could do better.
What? How?
Like we could invest more in green energy. Yeah.
You don't think we do enough of that?
Nope. I think there's so much more we could do. We were just in the States for a month, and the amount of wind farms, Wisconsin, everywhere, like crazy. Canada's got a lot of area and a lot of wind.
Not enough. Not even close enough. We're just too far behind other countries when we should be leading. For example, as far as I'm concerned, capital of Canada, right? Canada, period, should be leading.
Yeah, I think so.
Why would you say that?
Well, in terms of what they're capable of doing and how they're enforcing things like, Environment Canada, how they operate, and the Ministry of the Environment and climate change. And I mean, again, they have their challenges, but it's in the right direction.
I think they're doing a good job, and I think they're really trying. Every province is different, I feel. So as a country in whole, I would say yes. I would say yes.